time here, then my name is Destiny, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about manifesting, believing in yourself, all of that in order to get the life that you want. So this video is kind of going to be like more so about me and like my journey, because like that's my best way to tell it is from experience. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So for example, I always knew, let me tell y'all like how Red by Desk came about. So basically, so I was in college and I was always like good in high school, like always in like advanced classes. But when it came to college, like my head was just not in the game. I could just tell that like it wasn't for me, because it's like whether I studied, whether I tried, whether I wanted it, it just wasn't for me. And I started realizing that, like really started realizing that around like my second year of college. Like I really started outgrowing being there, and like basically I just like, we would like party every week, get cute, go out, and I just got so sick of it. Like I just, around like November of the second year, I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. Like this is fucking boring. Like we do the same shit. Like I'm just not a party girl anymore. Like I was just outgrowing people, the school, like everything. Like I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to go to class. I didn't want to do nothing. Like it wasn't for me, and I could tell. And like I actually wanted to have like a jewelry business. Like I remember I kept praying and I kept like saying like, I'm about to be 20. I don't just want to be in school. I want to have something else going for myself, just because like we're in a generation where, even though I wasn't basing myself off other people, just a personal thing, because I wasn't around anybody who was like doing anything for real when I first started having these thoughts. But like I just knew that I wanted to do something. Like I knew that I always liked business. Like in school I was in business, I was really good at it, and I just always wanted to do that. So like I wanted to have a jewelry business. So I was like working on that, and that kind of got me like ready for like my actual business, because I took it like very seriously, like preparing for it. I took it very seriously, but it never went anywhere because I obviously didn't do that. I did something else. But I met this girl, she had a business, like a lash business, and like she sold like little accessories and stuff like that. And so like she kind of helped me, and yeah, so we would like go in like conference rooms and like the dorms in our building, and we would like, well, in her building, and we would like plot out shit for our business. And that kind of got me like very business savvy. It got me started on knowing how to like be organized and keep everything together. Even though that wasn't my purpose, it still helped me with my purpose. So with that being said, I'm just saying like, don't feel like a failure because one thing won't work out. Everything happens for a reason. So like I needed that experience from that in order for me to be so successful in what was actually for me. So basically I was wanting to do that, and one day I was on Twitter and I seen somebody that I knew whose birthday was like the 2 days after mine. So like she was an Aquarius too, and she basically like retweeted or like quoted a tarot video. And I had never watched tarot videos before. My little cousin, it's so funny because my little cousin does nails, and I wanted to do nails, and I like bought myself all the stuff and like all that, but like I never really ended up doing it for real. And then she ended up doing nails, and she tried to show me tarot one time. So we basically like switched like things that we were interested in, and now she's like super good at nails. Make sure you guys follow her. She's based in Georgia, so you know, get your nails done. But I'm gonna put her link in the description. Okay, I'll put her Instagram in the description box. So hold on, we're gonna take a commercial break. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I seen her retweet a I keep saying retweet, quote a YouTube video, and she was like, this is so accurate. So I watched it, and then like after that I started like watching that tarot reader. I don't watch her anymore, but I used to watch her all the time. And I got my friends into like watching their tarot video. I already had them into like reading their horoscope every day, because I used to do that, and I put them on, and then they started doing it, and then it like switched over to like tarot videos too. So basically like I had them watching their tarot video every day. And then one day me and the girl, we were sitting in my apartment in college, and I was like, I could do this. And she was like, yeah, me too. But I was serious. So I sat there on my phone and I ordered the cards. And mind you, when I ordered them off like AliExpress. So like basically like I forgot that on AliExpress it takes a long time. So after I ordered it, I was like, hold on, let me see how long it's gonna take. And it was like 50 days. And so I was like, damn, like this shit gonna take forever. So I just kind of forgot about them, like forgot I even wanted to do it, forgot about it. So then one day, about 3 weeks later, me and the same girl, she wanted to go check her mail, and we usually like would walk to that class together or would ride the bus to that class together or whatever, because her class was like next door to mine. So basically, before we went to class, we went and checked our mail, and I wasn't expecting nothing to be in my mail. I just wanted to go see. So I went and checked my P.O. box, and I had like a package and then some more stuff. And I'm like, what is this? So I opened it, and it was the cards. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. Like, didn't expect these to even be here. I really forgot I ordered them. So then later that day, after that class, I would go to work. So I went to work. I worked at a coffee shop. So I went to work, and this girl that used to come to the coffee shop like literally every day, she seen me with the cards, because like at my job we pretty much ran it ourselves. Like we really didn't have a boss, so we just did whatever we wanted. So I was like sitting at a table and I had my cards out. I was like organizing them. Like you're not even supposed to organize them. I just didn't know what I was doing. So she came up to me, she was like, oh, you do tarot? And I was like, no, but I'm gonna teach myself basically. And she was like, oh, do you want me to help you? Like, I've been doing it for 2 years. And I was like, yeah. So the first day I got my card, she seen me, she helped me. And ever since that day, I was doing tarot. And then, I really didn't want to do tarot for money. Like probably like that was in November. That was November 4th to be exact. But so like around Christmas break, like December, January, I start reading my sister's friends. So like I would read them for like the next couple months, probably like up until, I mean, I still read them to this day, but like this, I would just do it for free. Like their parents, like I wouldn't care, like whatever. It was just a hobby. Like I would just read people to do it. I was just like super obsessed with it, y'all. Like when I say I was obsessed, like obsessed with tarot. So like basically, like I wouldn't recommend being obsessed with it, like watching videos all the time or doing it all the time, because it does kind of like keep you out of reality. Like it's real, but it's very confusing if you don't really know exactly what's going on. So, you know, but I feel like me being obsessed wasn't for no reason, because it helped me kind of understand, like it helped me with my business basically. So like on my birthday is in February. So in February, my cousin, she bought me like a book that had like all the cards in it, and she bought me another like some oracles, and she bought me like a little case for my cards. Shout out to her. And so that just helped me even more, because I used to like go on my iPad and like look up what everything meant instead of like having it like physically. So that just kind of made everything a little easier for me. So then in March, I literally was like, mind you, I hated school. So like basically in March, I basically like had a friend, and me and her like were at like we weren't at odds, but like I just knew for a minute now that we weren't supposed to be friends anymore. Like it would just be like thing after thing after thing with her, and I was like, you know what? I have to like leave this situation alone. Like I couldn't. So basically I stopped being her friend. I like told her like I didn't want to be friends anymore. And then like literally, mind y'all, I hated school. So that next day, after I decided that I didn't want to be her friend anymore, we got sent home from school because of COVID. So they sent us home. I was so happy, literally packed all my shit, was gone. So I went home, and me and my mom, like we never really had a good relationship like ever. But so I went home with her, and she was like acting really funny, being really weird towards me and whatever. So then basically I was like talking to this guy at the time, and so me and him ended up like going like back to my apartment he didn't go to my school, but we went like to my apartment at school. I'm just telling all my business, but it's a part of the story, it's a part of the journey. So we went back to my school Alabama. I went to Jacksonville State. So we went to Alabama and for like 4 or 5 days, whatever. And we was just there. And like, mind you, he was very, like, I don't even say he was very toxic for me. We were very toxic for each other. Like, so, but like more so him to me. But anyway, so, we were at school and basically like you just ever like know like this is the last time I'm gonna see this person, like, you know. So that's kind of how it was. So then I went home from that situation, and after that, like 2 days later, on like March 21st, I think it was, I started my business, Read by Des. Because like people had been telling me like, do this for real, like you're so good at it, do it, do it, do it. I'm like, no, no, no. So I finally started my business on March 21st after like losing like all of those people. So like, mind you, the day after I started my business, remember I was telling you guys like my mom and me never had a good relationship. So like the day after I started my business, me and her got in like this huge argument. So I ended up like getting all my shit, moving out, moving back to school, and then like it just kind of like went from there. Like I just kind of lost everybody like in that, not everybody, but like pretty much everybody kind of significant to my life, like a lot of significant people all in like the same 2 weeks. And then like I started my business and it just kind of like changed everything. So okay, fast forward to November, because this was March. So fast forward to November. So in November, I was living back at home with my mom. She like begged me to come home. I finally came home, and I ended up like meeting this guy. Like I met this guy. So basically, he was like okay, so like I've never really had an example of somebody who like really had money or was like living like a money type of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have that example, like period. So I feel like that was my reasoning of meeting him. So like meeting him kind of like put life into perspective for me. Like I was doing my business, but I never really thought about where I want. Like I knew I wanted money. Like everybody be like, you know, I want money, I want to be great, I want this, I want that. But like seeing somebody actually have it kind of made me be like, this is possible type shit. So like he just kind of like helped me get on my shit, like vision where I really want my life to be. So, you know, shout out to him. But anyway, but fuck you. But yeah, anyway, so basically like I was talking to him for a minute, but like I just would have like crazy, this is gonna make sense, okay? Like, cause I'm just trying to tell y'all, like I'm telling y'all in detail like kind of how this was, just so like y'all, cause I know like I'm not the only one. Like this is gonna start happening to you too when you get to this, you know, when you're meant for greatness type shit. So basically I would have like crazy dreams about like him, basically dreams that would like kind of push me away from him basically or whatever. Because one thing about it is like when I dream, that shit be true, but with him this shit was never true. Like it literally used to never be true, but I would have like crazy dreams about him like all the time, just to kind of like push me away from him. So basically like I was still dealing with him like on and off up until February. So like in February, my cousin asked me did I want to go to New Orleans with her. So I basically went to New Orleans with her because my aunt, my grandma, and my little cousin lived there. So we was just gonna go visit them because that was her mom and she hadn't seen her in a minute. So like we went there, and my cousin, we were supposed to stay for like 3 weeks, but my cousin ended up leaving after like 4 days, and like I ended up staying or whatever. And I was still like iffy about whether I wanted to even go home or not. Like literally I didn't plan on staying in New Orleans for 4 months, but I did. And so I ended up staying. My cousin left, and when I was in New Orleans I was like taken away from everybody and everything. So basically like I just worked. Like every day I would work. Like I just kind of changed my life. Like I was very focused. I went full throttle with everything. Like my business page started going up. I started going from like 1,000 followers to 2,000 to 4,000 to 6 to 8. Like, you know, I just started going up. So within those 4 months, like I was just putting in work and saving my money and blah, blah, blah. So basically, I was also like kind of seeing who was there for me, who wasn't there for me. Not gonna go in depth with that, but like I was just like life was just changing. So like mind you, when I first went to New Orleans, I just kept saying like I'm gonna move to Texas. I'm gonna move to Houston in July. I'm gonna move to Houston in July. I'm gonna move to Houston in July. Like I just kept saying it, and like my aunt would be like, in like this July, like you're gonna move to Houston in July, and like honestly, I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't know, but I just knew that that was my plan, like, you know. So basically, it was around June, and mind you, like, do I want to talk about that? Okay, so basically something happened in June to what pushed me to want to move out sooner. So basically in June, I had already found my apartment, but I had planned like here, like this apartment, except I was gonna get this apartment is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I mean 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and I was supposed to have a 2 bedroom, 2 bath in the same complex. Like literally, I found the apartment the day I like gave up on. Okay, so basically, like the day that I gave up on looking for apartments, this apartment like literally popped up on my Instagram ads. I applied, I got it, like boom, boom, boom. So basically, what happened? Okay, so I was supposed to move in August. I was supposed to move August 1st, but then something happened to where I just couldn't take it no more. I just needed to fucking leave. And I called my apartments. It was like June 18th, like something like that. And I was like, hey, like, do you guys have anything available sooner? And like, mind you, when I wanted my apartment, I basically wrote down, I have like a Twitter, right? And nobody follows this Twitter. I don't follow anybody on this Twitter. Nobody knows about this Twitter for real, unless like you're like, my man knows about this Twitter, my friends that are super close to me, but like that's it. Like nobody follows it, nothing. Like, so I basically like just write down things that I want on this Twitter. And like that has helped me manifest so much, because like everything that I write on that Twitter, it comes true, baby. Like I give myself readings on that Twitter, like just to have it, just it's like a journal. So basically, on that, I might put a screenshot. But basically on that Twitter, I wrote down like, I want my apartment to have a nice island. Like I wanted an island, and I wanted a nice bathroom, good lighting, 2 rooms. I don't remember what else I wrote, but literally every single thing that I wrote down manifested, because my apartment literally had everything I wanted. Like literally down to like the microwave being inside the island. Like I didn't want a microwave that was like above my stove. And like I don't have that. Like literally every single thing I wanted was here. So basically, back to the apartment story. So basically, I ended up calling them, and they were like, yeah, I already looked online first, I already knew, but they were like, yeah, we have this one, you want to switch? I'm like, yeah. So basically my moving date went from August 1st to July 1st. And what did I say, y'all? I kept saying I'm gonna move in July. So basically I just spent those last 2 weeks getting my shit together. I bought a bed, I paid my first month of rent, I set up my electricity, I just did everything I needed to do to get ready. So then basically like everything just worked perfectly. Like everything was just aligned, everything for me, like the way that I got there, it was so smooth. Like everything was just perfect, and like that's how I knew that it was for me. Like I manifested this. I literally said I'm gonna move in July, and I did it. And you know, I did that. I manifested that. And then like, okay, are we gonna talk about this? Are we gonna talk about this? Maybe we'll talk about this in another video. But basically, like everything that I write down, everything that I put my mind to, don't settle. Like I know I was talking about this in my other video about settling, but more so with like people, but like don't settle. Every single thing I wrote down came true for me in this apartment. Like everything that I be wanting be coming true for me, because I do not settle. Like if something isn't how I like it, I be like, I'm not staying there. I'm not getting that. I don't want that. Like that's not mine type shit. And literally I stayed down, I stacked my money, I worked for it, and I got it, okay? Because with manifesting, it's definitely about believing in yourself and writing it down and saying that you want it. But it's also about putting in that work. Like, you don't have to do everything because you're going to get help from the universe. But like, just know you got to put in that work, okay? Nothing will be handed to you. You got to show you want it, and you'll be helped the rest of the way. Like when I say, and you'll know like when something is for you, because when I say I got to Houston so smoothly, like getting to college, hell on a scale, because it wasn't for me. It was trying to stop me, and I ended up doing it anyway. But I needed that, you know, like I needed to see that it really wasn't for me so that I could like pick my shit and move the fuck on. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. And there's way more to it. There's way more to it, but those are things that I just don't want to speak on yet because I just care too much about them. So we gonna come back with a part 2, and we gonna get into it. We're gonna do like a relationship version of this, okay? But this is more so like environment, finding your peace type of blah blah blah. So yeah. But all right guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my little story on how I got here and how I manifested this life for myself. And I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye.